finalist also in this half of the draw, Wang Xinyi, right at the bottom, the number 2 seed. So a very strong women's singles draw, as it's tended to be for a number of years. So the players led out by the former world champion Pusarla Venkata Sindhu. Tomoka Miyazaki is just a teenager, whereas this lady is 30 years of age, and for Pusarla Venkata Sindhu, this is her 10th appearance here at the Malaysia Open. But it is the first since 2023. She's missed the last 2 editions. Well, this will be a third meeting between these 2 players, and honours are shared, 1 win apiece. But the last time they met was in the first round of the China Open last year, one of the 4 Super 1000 events on the HSBC BWF World Tour. So Sindhu wins the toss of the coin. I think that was right. She certainly chose ends. And wants to start the far side of the court, meaning that she will be hitting with the drift. As I was telling you, in her 30s now, and she's a very tall lady. That equates to 5'11". Former world number 2, in fact 11 weeks across 3 different spells as a world number 2, but currently 18. Hasn't played a tournament for almost 4 months since she lost in the quarterfinal of the China Masters. Born in Secunderabad, just north of Hyderabad, and as you can see, 2 straight games in her first round match against Sung Sho Yun from Chinese Taipei. A very close second game. So to her teenage opponent, Tomoka Miyazaki, who is just 19 years of age, from the port city of Osaka, South Honshu. It's Japan's 3rd largest city, and she's down from her career high ranking as well. She reached number 6 in the world for 7 consecutive weeks from the middle of June last year. It's her 2nd consecutive appearance here at the Malaysia Open. Last year she lost in the first round to Mia Blichfeldt in 3 games. Well, in the first round she played against Simu Jin, who was just returning after injury problems, and sadly that injury broke down once again, and she had to retire when leading 2-1 in the second game. But of course Miyazaki had won the opening game against Simu Jin. So our court officials, both from Malaysia, Nigel Clark, delighted to say that Stephen Pedersen is sitting alongside me once again, the former Danish head coach. And this is intriguing. In fact, it's going to be interesting to see whether Pusarla Venkata Sindhu has returned to the sort of form before the injury problems at the end of last year.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. As players that both players could use a good result here in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah. Well, that's a very good point, Steen, because Miyazaki, the last time she was in a semi-final was May of last year, almost 8 months ago, and 12 tournaments have come and gone since then, since she's been in a semi-final, and that semi-final was the Thailand Open last year, a 500 event. So yes, it's 2 players who have struggled towards the latter stages of 2025. Very, very good to have them back.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tomoka Miyazaki, Japan. And on my left, Pusarla Sindhu, India. Pusarla Sindhu to serve. Level, play.
So it is the former world champion, but unseeded this year at the Malaysia Open. Pusarla Sindhu of India getting this second round match underway against Tomoka Miyazaki. Yeah, that's nice. That stayed in.
1 love.
Oh, she's missed that by quite a margin.
2 love.
Sindhu, I was telling you, this is her 10th appearance here at the Malaysia Open. She was a semi-finalist 8 years ago, lost out to the eventual champion, Tai Su Ying.
3
She's been in a
love.
couple of quarter-finals as well, one 10 years ago in 2016 and 4 years ago. So, if she wins today's match, she's in a 4th quarter-final here at the Malaysia Open.
An amazing longevity.
Absolutely. Especially when you consider that
Service
she had so much success when so young.
Because she was also an early bloomer, so to speak.
She certainly was.
Just like we can say that Miyazaki is at least entering the top. Is she still in top 10?
Yes, she
5
is.
1.
Number 9. But just to emphasise your point, this lady we're looking at right now won her first senior international title in 2011, the Maldives International Challenger, when she was only 15 years old.
Yeah.
Service over.
I guess for Miyazaki, it's quite natural that it's easier to work your way up to the top level than to sort of establish yourself there. There will be what feels like a little bit of a downswing. It might just be that it's actually horizontal, but other players starts making better plans against you, getting used to playing you.
6 2.
The interesting part for Miyazaki, in my opinion, is to try and do better against top 10 players than she's done previously. 23 matches against top 10 players, and 3 wins and 1 retirement, 1 junior retired. So 4 wins formally, but in reality 2 wins against Kusuma Wadani and 1 against
3
compatriot
6.
Akane Yamaguchi.
Well, the umpire saying PV Sindhu, as she's better known in India, it was too late to challenge. And looking at it again, and I think she might have won that challenge.
4 6.
Well, that must have been mighty close.
7 4.
Oh, she lost her racket again. That's the second time she lost her racket, Miyazaki. She might play with a little band on the wrist.
Well, that's nice.
8 4.
I don't suppose you have the stats to hand on PV Sindhu's record against top 10.
World top 10?
Yeah, because I mean she's been a top 10 player for so many years. I know she's outsided at the moment, but it's always interesting to see how players do against the other top players.
I don't have the numbers. I would have to recount over 200 matches against top 10 players.
Yeah.
9 4. 10-4.
No, she certainly hasn't found her range or her spatial awareness yet. She's left a couple that have landed in on the back line. They're missing with her drop shot, Miyazaki. That's a lovely shot from Sindhu. And she goes to the mid-game interval with a 7-point advantage. What a good start by the former world champion, Pusarla Venkata Sindhu.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Players on court.
So the players back on court. 11-4 the advantage to PV Sindhu. Oh, that's very well judged. Steen, I'm wondering whether the drift is either different or certainly not as pronounced as it's been earlier in the week, because Miyazaki, as I was mentioning just before the break, has left 2 that have landed in on the back line. Yeah. She's hit 2 or maybe 3 now long of the far end of the court.
It's quite possible.
Oh, that's a careless error. What on earth is going through the mind of this young lady? Completely mistimed it. Shuttle must have got caught in the vision of the lights. Yeah.
It looked like it arrived much faster than she anticipated. Really, really late with the shot, Miyazaki.
Well played. Oh, it's gone long. Well,
16-4.
Yeah. We've hardly seen a rally so far, have we? In fact, this is 10 straight points, isn't it? 6-4 at one stage, and now 16-4. I have a feeling this is the longest rally so far. Good net exchange. Yeah, 11 straight points. Yeah, 24 shots, longest rally. That's extraordinary for women's singles.
That's nothing, 24 shots.
Yeah. Super.
Good control.
Tomoka Miyazaki challenges.
I don't see her having any luck at that.
No, you know what I thought as well, Steve.
I think Sindhu reduced the pace a little bit. That was really, really clever.
By imparting a bit of slice?
Yeah.
Yeah, plumb on the line.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge
12
remaining.
straight points.
18-4. Play. (19-4).
Well, this is certainly not what I was expecting.
I felt there was a really, really good matchup with these two players.
And I hadn't really dwelt on who I thought was going to win, but I thought we'd have some long, long, hard-fought rallies.
I thought so too. Miyazaki likes to play rallies, and Sindhu doesn't mind it.
Well, I think it's important that Miyazaki actually sort of finds her range and gives herself a bit of belief before the start of the second game. I can't believe that she's not, that Sindhu won't win this opening game. She only needs another 2 points.
Yeah, and we might see a totally reverse version that's landed in.
Yeah.
The second game, we've seen it previously in the week that the ends that the players play from is so important.
You know, the shuttle very nearly hit her ponytail there as it was coming downwards, falling. Well, you see, Steve, you've never got to write anybody off in sport, have you? Because having seemed to have the Midas touch, Sindhu. Still be one of the all-time great comebacks.
Yeah, it would be.
Miyazaki was to win this because she's now game points down. 12 game points for Sindhu.
It's gone long as well.
So 21-8, the opening game.
Challenges.
Oh, she's challenging that. She won't win that challenge, I don't think. I'm prematurely calling opening game. Not yet. I suspect it will be any moment. Here we go. Yeah, clearly long. It is game.
Challenge unsuccessful. Game. First game won by Pusarla v Sindhu, 21-8.
13 minutes only for that opening game. 21-8 in favour of the former world champion, Pusarla Venkata Sindhu.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, a very one-sided opening game in favour of Pusarla Venkata Sindhu.
Second game.
And poor old Tomoka Miyazaki, really unable to find her form, her range or her spatial awareness.
Yeah, but she was adjusting her shoe here in the interval. And I personally have never lost a match where my shoe has been a perfect fit. So, but yeah, attempted jokes aside, it's going to be important at the start of the second game here. If I was Sindhu, I would really try to sort of maintain the strange hold on the youngster that's gone wide.
Love.
Well, that's way in. That's not even close.
1-2.
It did go through my head in the opening game, Steve. Look, that's not even close. It sort of highlights my theory that maybe the drift has changed a little. Sorry, I'm finally going to make the point.
Okay, okay.
Miyazaki playing against such a tall athlete.
Yeah. There's not many of them in women's singles.
And as far as practice partners and sparring partners are concerned for Miyazaki, both Okuhara and former champion Yamaguchi are short.
She would have to play against Mayo Matsumoto if she could convince her to play a game of women's singles once in a while in practice.
Yeah.
Perhaps also the age difference, or rather the experience difference, could be showing here. The ability to play in windy conditions. I don't think PV Sindhu is the typical wind player, so to speak. On the contrary, actually, I think she would rather prefer a little bit of slower playing conditions, but she's been used to it for many, many years.
That's a good point.
And just going through Miyazaki's history in windy stadiums. Indonesia Open, first round, second round. Last year's Malaysia Open, first round. Singapore Open, 2 second rounds. So some of the most windy stadiums, there's been a little bit of lack of success. It's a short number of statistic marks, but still there's an idea there. Maybe she's not that comfortable in windy conditions.
Yeah, I think that's another very good point.
But still stays in terms of the back line. So supports the theory that the drift is different.
Nice.
So it's over. 4-6.
Just long.
Service over.
And that's
7-4.
the worst things that could happen to Miyazaki if she had trouble finding the back line in the first game, and I think that she now plays the better side and then starts playing her shots long again, then you become completely confused and uncertain of the conditions in your game. There's another one gone wrong.
You know, we've often talked about this lady, PB Sindhu, being a big tournament player, 2 Olympic medals, silver in Rio and bronze in Tokyo, 5 World Championship medals. She's played 2 World Tour finals, 4 World Tour finals, and she's been in 2 finals, winning 1 of them. And yet if you put those major tournaments aside and look at World Tour events, she's only won 1 World Tour event over 300 level, and that was a 500 event. And it sort of emphasizes that when it's a big tournament, when it's Olympics, World Championships, World Tour finals, somehow she manages to produce.
She does, and normally also the playing conditions at those tournaments is very rarely very quick or windy. And I think that becomes Sindhu well. So I think that she's really, really good at, well, she has been good at sort of topping her form on these occasions.
And she must be so highly motivated that she can raise her level. You know, some players feel intimidated by the big occasions and can't produce their best, but she thrives on it.
She got success there early on, back in 2013.
It was 13, yeah.
When she won a bronze medal.
That's right.
And that means that then you've secured a medal at a major championship, and basically that sort of justifies your career. Even though how you do the rest of your career, you still got that medal to look back at.
Well, what was interesting is when she won that bronze medal, then coach Gopi Chan said it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Because she lost in that semi-final to Ratchanok Intanon, who went on famously to win the gold medal as an 18-year-old.
But that also tells you a little bit about the mindset of Gopi Chan.
Yes.
And a year after, it was another youngster, a surprise medalist, who actually went on to take the gold and made the most of the opportunity. That was Marina Marin. So you don't get that many chances. You can't be sure. Sindhu's got
8, 9.
quite a bit more chances in her career, and also got the title back in Switzerland in 2019. But you can't be sure, so you've got to make the most of it.
Exactly. Sport is all about grasping the opportunities when they arise. That's a pity. That was a nice idea from Miyazaki. Indecision at the back of the court from Miyazaki, costing her dear, because it means that this lady, Pusarla Venkata Sindhu, is a game and 11-8 up at the mid-game interval of the second game. Still not got her spatial awareness. Miyazaki cannot afford to hesitate like that. Indecision.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Players on court, coach. Thank you. Tomoka.
So 11-8 the advantage in the second game to Pusarla Sindhu, having already won the first. Very nice. Good forehands, net shot, forcing the short lift. And then the opportunity to put the shuttle away.
It's a bad mistake because, I mean, even if it comes over and stays inside the line, it's never going to be a winner, that one from Miyazaki. I think if I were the Japanese right now, then deceptions from the front court would be the recipe. She doesn't have the biggest of smashes, so patience and lots of deceptions to try and unsettle Sindhu. Normally, Miyazaki likes to use full court. That seems to be very, very difficult today. So deceptions, in my opinion, is the way forward, and then patience in the attack.
Yeah, good follow-up.
That was fantastic.
10-13.
All set up with the angled attacking shot on the Sindhu forehand side. Oh, that's a brilliant shot.
It's been really good, Sindhu, in terms of playing back at the net to Miyazaki.
Nice.
Super.
You see, isn't that just a beautiful example of what so much of sport is about? Virtually every women's singles player could play that shot technically. It's knowing when to play it, having outmaneuvered your opponent, or play with the surprise element. That's gone wide.
Yeah, and keeping your opponent guessing, so you cannot hit the same area, in the same area all the time, to have variation in your game.
Nice block. That's lovely too. Well done.
11-16.
I like the fact that it wasn't meant to be a winner. It was a possible winner, but otherwise she was ready to play on. Look at the margins she played with there.
Line judge.
Miyazaki.
Line judge. Thank you.
That's a lovely block. not enough pressure with the downward shot from Miyazaki.
No, I think it was one of those sort of controlling shots that she wanted to play, but great touch by Sindhu. It can be difficult to judge how much pace you have to put into it yourself.
So it's over, 12-17.
That's a super return serve.
18-12.
That's a recent smash straight at Miyazaki and a return of serve push straight at her.
So it's over, 13-18.
Good shot.
Oh, that's brilliant.
He looks in complete control, feeling comfortable on court, PV Sindhu. That's a good sign, as we're going to India next week, and India is also hosting the World Championship later this year.
Yeah. Missed it. Match point opportunities. 7 of them for Pusarla Venkata Sindhu. Brilliant. Just a fraction over 32 minutes, and Pusarla Venkata Sindhu is through to a 4th quarter-final here at the Malaysia Open, and she's done it in style. 21-8, 21-13. That was impressive, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, that was a flawless performance. There's no need for Sindhu to go back home and look at the video in terms of looking for things that could be better. She should look at it to see all the things that worked out well. And so far, 2 really good, comfortable wins here in the opening of the 2026 season. Yeah, she's satisfied.
So she should be.
Yeah.
21-8, 21-13. Just shy of 33 minutes. So we don't yet know who she will play in the quarter-final tomorrow. It will either be Yamaguchi, the former champion, or Gao Fangji of China. We can look forward to our next match, which is mixed doubles. It is Mayo and Palermo of France up against the European champions Toft and Nylund in a repeat of the European Championship semi-final. Welcome back to the Axiata Arena. Day 3 here at the PETRONAS Malaysia Open. Next up is mixed doubles, and it's an all-European affair. It's a repeat of the European Championship semi-final last year. Julian Mayo and Leah